This right here gonna be a cakewalk.
Twitter is just the internet. I was just sending my frustration off into the internet. And then Harada, Michael Murray, and Nakatsu all blocked me. And it's like, I think that's so weird how the developers micromanage a public space. Twitter is a public space where everyone can share ideas, can communicate, can just hang out. It's like a public hangout space, social media. But you have the Tekken developers like silently monitoring it like they're the FBI, and they're blocking people, they're like blacklisting people, they're punishing people. It's so weird, and I never seen a company do that. You can say something on Twitter, not tag the developers. Let's say Lars. Let's say I hate Lars. Lars suck. Lars is this. And then you'll get like blocked and like blacklisted from a tournament. Like, it's weird that, you know, the Tekken developers, they want to be a part of the community, but then they hate the community. And this is most noticeable with Michael Murray. It really sucks the downfall of him. He was at one point in time very well respected, just like, you know, Harada and whatnot, right? But as time progressed, he just was being a jerk to everyone. And surprise, surprise, if you're a jerk on the internet, like, people are going to be a jerk back. It's not the fact that, oh, we dislike Michael Murray because he's Michael Murray. That's not how it works. People dislike Michael Murray because he's unlikable. You know, like, he is someone who is very mean and condescending, and he talks down to players. With Harada, he's kind of demonstrating the same behavior, bro. Some people can look at this and be like, what this guy is saying is mean. But you have to think about it like this. Harada chose to enter the online discussion. And in online, this is how people talk. This is not, if someone said this in my comment section, it would not be considered toxic. But since it's to a developer, people are like, oh, that's rude. No, it's not, bro. They're just overreacting, right? Constantly overreacting, all of them. And Harada doesn't get called out for it as much, but with season 2, the chaos there, it's being highlighted, it's being magnified. Harada is starting to take serious hits, and him blocking Arslan and Ash, currently we don't know why. I do want to look at Arslan's tweets and see what he said beforehand to see if there was something like smart he said, but without knowing what Arslan said, this comes out of left field. And also, too, before we look at Arslan's tweets, I mean, the developers were just all apologizing on Twitter. You know, they were talking about how they want to revamp the entire game as quickly as possible. Harada was saying that, you know, he feels it's not unjustified. It's perfectly justified for players to be upset. So the last thing that I was talking about, I did a video like 2 days ago for Arslan and Ash, and I was covering their inclusion in this tournament, right? At the time, I was looking at day 2, and day 2, Arslan, Ash, and his team, they were dominating. But then as I uploaded that video, it was entering in day 3, and as the comment section told me, day 3, Arslan, Ash, and the Pakistani players were destroyed by Mulgold. And that's kind of where I believe Arslan left off. He has this tweet here where he says, trust your main. He has this tweet here where he says Nina is dead. He has this tweet here where he was talking about playing all of the Lars mains at Combo Breaker and trying to figure out who's the best. You have this tweet where he says, got second place at Nations Cup. Congratulations to Team Korea. So they're the winners, right? Mogo did great work. You have this tweet that he retweeted from Spaghetti Rip, where he says in their interviews, they both said other countries is the best. So Nee said Pakistan's the best. Pakistan, Arslan and Ash said Nee and Korea is the best, right? So very humble, both of those guys. And then the next thing that Arslan Ash retweets is this tweet here from the John, where the John is talking about how they continue to have visa issues. This is the last thing he retweeted. And then the next post is Arslan being blocked by Harada. What is the odds that this was just a misclick? Let me see. Let me do a little test on Arslan. So if I want to block Arslan, so I would first click these 3 dots, and then I would go down to block, and then you have to select block. So this is Nakatsu apologizing for season 2 being bad. And Arslan Ash, he says thank you with the heart emoji in hands. No, I mean, like, you can run a blockchain script to block a whole bunch of people. A new tool to block everyone who liked the tweet. Just want to share the blockchain I use so others can use it too. And basically you get to block anyone who likes / retweets a specific tweet. You know what would be really cool? Is if we could see what Arslan liked, but you can't do that anymore with Twitter. Maybe Harada did use some feature where he blocked everyone who liked a certain type of tweet, and Arslan Ash just so happened to be one of those people. Do you guys think they addressed this? They have to, right? Or maybe they don't. Do they just unblock Arslan and pretend it never happened. Pretty sure he's been blocked for a bit time now, but he probably just noticed it. When I got blocked by Harada, I noticed pretty quickly because I don't follow that many people. My follower count is like 43. So like if I open Twitter and I notice I dropped 3 following, that's something you'll notice. At the time I was following Harada, Michael Murray, and Yasuda, and all 3 of those guys blocked me. So I lost 3 followers and I was like, wait, what? But for Arslan, following 656, maybe you won't notice that. Lead game developers shouldn't be on social media. So this is also a conversation that you should have as well, right? Tekken doesn't have a community manager. At one point in time, we did. That person left and no one filled the void. And players are just very frustrated with sending their criticism to the developers. And then also now what we see is there's a strong chance that you will be blocked by them. A community manager, they're the messenger in the equation. That's another reason why I think, not having a community manager or something that acts as that is weird. I think it's so strange as well that the Tekken main Twitter account is not the place where we have that discussion. The main Twitter account should be the thing that we tag for our criticisms of the game, and it should be received that way. Why do we tag the developers and not the game itself? Like if you think about Assassin's Creed, when people are talking trash about Assassin's Creed, they tag Assassin's Creed. Tekken does have a community manager. They probably just run the Tekken Twitter handle. They just not having any back and forth interaction with the audience. Well, do you think that's normal of a community manager? Do you think that there should be a back and forth? This is what I always said about Tekken as well, as how behind they are. If you think about like, I'll just use the Wendy's Twitter account as an example because I seen a meme from them the other day. Obviously, someone is paid to run the Wendy's Twitter account. And whoever, wait, why do I have Wendy's blocked? I gotta unblock you, Wendy's. That's crazy. I blocked Wendy's. As you can see, the Wendy's account is doing great work. I kissed the ground and I liked it. This has nothing to do with fast food. This has nothing to do with nothing. And they have 10 million views, 150,000 likes. And then also they do like the normal promotions you would come to expect. So whoever is running this account is doing a very good job of like, one, promoting the brand, but 2, connecting with the audience, just reaching out. And when you look at Tekken, they don't do this at all, right? Tekken don't get creative with their replies, with their, discussions, nothing. The ability to like interact and just be a part of the social environment, even when things get crazy, other companies have mastered it like no other. Even Street Fighter, right? Street Fighter's Twitter page is just so much more alive and interesting and exciting. And then you look at Tekken, and Tekken is like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like look at Street Fighter, right? Promoting their games, right? Show us data, right? It looks very similar. But then they retweet fan art. They retweet whatever this is, some celebrating of their games, right? They're just much more intertwined with like the community, retweeting more fan art. And like they be posting all type of memes and stuff. But then when you look at Tekken, I really dislike the way that Tekken does their social media, bro. I think they're so behind and they need to catch up. And also, not only are they behind, but also they are horrible in terms of like the social media environment. These guys just, like right now, Harada blocked Arslan on Twitter. That is a huge controversy. Like 2 weeks ago, we had another controversy of that same degree where they blocked misplaced stuff. Misplaced stuff was, saying to be respectful and kind to the developers, and then that person gets blocked for it. So I think Tekken and the way they do social media is so bad, so behind, and combined with all of the disasters that they have, it's not a good look. Social media is a very powerful platform, and with the right type of, the same way I saw that one meme about, and the meme that I saw about Wendy's isn't even the one that I showed you guys, right? I saw some meme about Wendy's and it was super funny. And I pulled up their Twitter account. That's exactly what I mean. It's like Tekken could be doing that same thing where they could be having like really good marketing and really good interactions, and it creates memories. All of the memories they create are negative ones. And I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about just the social media side of it. This Twitter account that we're looking at has never put out a tweet that I thought was funny and like everyone loved it. It's all been promotion. It's all been, updates, and that's it. And that's really undermining what social media, you're not even tapping into what's to the true potential of social media. When someone goes to your page and they don't even like laugh, there's no jokes, there's no like nothing. Come on, bro. This is all just promotional nonsense. Their whole thing is just an ad. And I get it. That's what Tekken is, right? But at the same time, you could be more. Another example is Domino's. Remember when Assassin's Creed kept delaying their games over and over and over and over again? Domino's Pizza, they responded to Assassin's Creed when they delayed their game, and they said, let us know if you need help with delivering on time. That's something that we're good at, right? And that was huge. And now we know they put fan art in the game, but why don't they retweet those artists on Twitter? Someone tweeted something that you thought was so cool to where you wanted to put it in your game, but you didn't think it was cool enough to retweet. You should have commented on those, be like, oh, I love this.
Messenger Sama has donated 5.00 and says this game and the people behind it gave no love to the game. So why should we put in the work as a community to communicate with echo chamber bosses?
These guys have been on Twitter for a very long time. They've been engaged with the player base for a very long time. So how, after all of these years, is their relationship so bad? They ask for criticism and then they block you for that criticism. Dell says, this 100% looks like an auto blocker accidentally got you in the crossfire. FDX says, just a script that blocks based on engagement, wild otherwise. In politics, it's like, oh, I don't like people who voted for the color red or whatever. You don't want to hear those opinions at all. Anyone who liked the tweet voting for color red, block all of those people. I don't agree with that, but it makes sense. But when you talk about a video game developer implementing that same thing in an environment where you yourself said the game is getting justified hate, to use that kind of tool doesn't make sense. Especially also if you think about it, where players are trying to find joy and happiness in this time of chaos, right? That's something that humans tend to do, right? When things get the hardest, people still try to like laugh and work their way through it, right? It's a coping mechanism. People liking tweets that may be a joke, may be harsh, maybe this. It's just human nature. And blocking people for that, it just, I don't know, bro. There's so many reasons why that's a terrible idea.
Instant Messenger Sama has donated 10.00 and says it's not only a plus on block, it's an attack against the core of the community. Harada did that by choice. It's far worse than people make it out to be.
So you can't see who liked what anymore, but you can still see comments, you can still see quotes, you can still see reposts, right? And those are, I'm just running with the idea, but maybe those are different ways the blockchain can still take effect. So, okay, so they're opening, they just like some right click something, and then they're, oh, holy smokes. So that is what would be done. If Harada did this, he is so stupid.
Instant Messenger Sama has donated 10.00 and says the graphical downgrade from the teaser, Heihachi BS comeback, lack of modes, Murray's chain blocking, guilt tripping, lying about the defense update, and now the season 2 BS. Are we done now?
Can I ask you guys a question? For those of you who are on PC, how many of you guys have purchased a game that had a overwhelmingly negative review score? You know how many games I was like, oh, this game looks really cool. And I look and it has 2 stars and I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Something's obviously wrong with this game